Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Samuel Maths. I'm Dr. Samuel. And today we end looking at decimals by looking at simplification of decimal fractions by looking at a combination of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. For this topic, you require your calculators because you're allowed to use your calculators to do these calculations. So make sure you have it handy. So we'll go on now to our first example. So in this first example, we have to calculate 2 minus 0.24 over 0.15. So the first thing is to understand exactly what you need to calculate. You are subtracting 0.24 over 0.15 from 2. So it means that you must get the answer for 0.24 over 0.15 and subtract it from 2. But you can do all that one time with your calculators. And that's why you have to know how to use your calculators to do these calculations. So this is my calculator. Well, calculators are different. This is the one on my computer. So yours may be slightly different. The buttons may be different. The location of the buttons may be different. So basically, try to understand exactly how I'm doing this calculation right away. So I have 2, so I put in my 2 minus, since I'm subtracting not just 0.24, but this whole thing, 0.24 over 0.15 from 2, then I have to put this in a bracket. The bracket will group that second operation. So I'm subtracting the whole operation from 2. So minus, I open a bracket, 0.24 over 0.15 means dividing. So I divide by 0.15. Then I close the bracket. And that's it. Equal sign. And I get the answer as 0.4. Sorry about that. 0.4. So that's it. Try to do, in most problems, you can do the whole calculation at once on your calculator. As long as you put in the right things on the calculator, then the calculator will follow the Bodmer's rule and give you the correct answer. So let's go on to the second example. Example 2, this is the square root of 0.0529 plus 0.216. And you have to express your answer in standard form. So remember, standard form is a way of approximating a decimal. We looked at it last video. So let's go to our calculator to get the answer. So on my calculator, the square root of 0.0529, I have to put the 0.0529 first, and then I press the square root button. Make sure you know where that button is on your computer. This is the square root button. I get 0.23, and then I add 0.216 equals, I get the answer as 0.446. And make sure that's correct. Yes, 0.446. But then I must write this answer in standard form. So remember, for standard form, we first shift the point to get a number between 1 and 10. So I shift the point forward one place to get 4.46, and I multiply that by 10. Since I must shift the point back to get a 0.446, it is 10 to the negative 1. And that is the answer in standard form. Okay, let's go to our next example. In this example, I have 2.5 squared minus 2.89 over 17. Giving your answer correct to two significant figures. So let us go to the calculator. 2.5 squared. On my calculator, I put a 2.5 and I press the square button, which on my calculator is the x squared button. I press it and I get 6.25. So 2.5 squared is 6.25. And then I subtract. And because I'm subtracting the whole thing here, 2.89 over 17, I will open a bracket and put 2.89 divided by 17. Then I will close the bracket. And now I will press the equal sign to get the total answer. And the total answer is 6.08. Yes, 6.08. So to two significant figures, for significant figures, remember, I count from the first number that is not 0. So I start from the 6, and the second digit is 0. But since the digit after that is 8, it is more than 4, I increase the 0 to 1, and I will get 6.1 as that answer. Let's go to the next one. Here we are calculating correct to three significant figures, the value of 18.75 minus, in brackets, 2.11 all squared. So squared, so it's 18.75 minus 2.11 in bracket squared. You can leave out a bracket on your calculator because the square will always be done before the subtraction. So 2.11, press the x squared button and then the equal sign to get 14.2979. Make sure 14.2979. To three significant figures, we start from the first number that's not 0. So 14.2. But since after the 2 you have a 9, you increase the 2 to a 3. So the answer is 14.3. Let's do one more example. Okay, so using the calculator, otherwise calculate the square root of 2.891 plus 1.2 over 1.31 squared. And we have to give our answer to two decimal places. So calculators. Now, you know you can always pause the video, do the calculation, and then see if you have the right answer or we have the same answers. So first, square root of 2.891, 2.891. 9, 1. Press the square root button. Then you add, and since you're adding this whole thing, put it in a bracket. In brackets, 1.2 divide by 1.31 squared. Close the brackets and then press your equal sign. And you get the answer as 2.39955, etc., etc. So instead of writing all this down, see how you are told to approximate the answer. So you're told to give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So we start, well, we put on the 2 points. Let's bring back our calculators. 3, 9, that's the 2 places we want after the point. But since the number after that second 9 is greater than 4, we have to increase it by 1. Since we can't increase the 9 alone, we have to increase the 3 9 to get 4 0. And that is the answer to 2 decimal places. And that is simplification of decimal fractions. Next time, we're going to move on, I think, to a different topic. I think we'll look at ratios, ratio and proportion, since we have just looked at fractions and it's related. So look out for the ratio and proportion video next time. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. You can also like or share. See you next video.